The emergency klaxons fell silent the moment Captain Sarah Chen's shuttle vanished into the spatial anomaly. The crew of the Endeavour watched their sensors in horror as her signal disappeared, swallowed by the swirling violet tear in spacetime that had appeared without warning near the Kepler 442 system. Commander Zhao's hands trembled over the communication console. "Captain Chen, do you read?" "Sarah." Only static answered. For 6 years, the Galactic Coalition searched. They sent probes into the rift, each one obliterated instantly. They stationed observation posts around the anomaly, monitoring every fluctuation. Scientists from 17 species studied the phenomenon, but none could explain where Chen had gone or how to retrieve her. The human delegation refused to abandon hope, even as others declared her lost. Humanity's stubborn persistence had earned them respect among the stars, but this bordered on obsession. They held memorials, yet kept her position officially listed as on mission. Her daughter grew from a child into a teenager, still waiting. Then, on the 6-year anniversary, the rift pulsed. Chen's shuttle erupted from the anomaly exactly as it had entered, emergency thrusters firing, hull intact, life signs stable. The observation post scrambled to activate tractor beams, pulling the small vessel to safety before the rift collapsed in on itself, vanishing as mysteriously as it had appeared. When the airlock opened, Sarah Chen stumbled out, gasping. Her flight suit showed no wear. Her chronometer read 6 minutes, 14 seconds since she'd entered the rift. "What happened?" she demanded, looking at the unfamiliar faces of the rescue team. "Where's my crew? Why are you staring at me like that?" The medical officer, a Centaurian named Velvats, approached cautiously. "Captain Chen, you've been missing for 6 years." Sarah's laugh was sharp, disbelieving. "That's impossible. I was in there for minutes. I tried every maneuver to escape, but the shuttle wouldn't respond. Then suddenly I was out." They showed her the data logs. The observation records. The search efforts. She watched in numb silence as they played messages from her daughter, first as an 8-year-old begging mommy to come home, then as a young woman who'd learned to live with absence. But the coalition scientists were less interested in Chen's emotional state than in what she represented. Time dilation near black holes was understood, but this was different. The rift had created a pocket where time moved at a drastically different rate, 1 minute inside for every year outside. "You experienced only 6 minutes, Dr. Catherine explained, her crystalline form refracting the lab lights. But your shuttle's hull, your body, your cells, they existed in our time frame. You should have aged 6 years. You should have needed life support, food, water." Sarah touched her face, unchanged. "But I didn't." "No," Catherine confirmed. "Somehow, the rift protected you. Your biological processes were suspended in your subjective time while remaining viable in ours. It defies every law of physics we understand." The implications rippled through the coalition. If humans could enter such rifts and emerge unaged, while centuries passed outside, they could witness the rise and fall of civilizations. They could become living time capsules, jumping through eons in heartbeats. But Sarah Chen wanted none of it. She stood before the Coalition Council and made her position clear. "I lost 6 years with my daughter. 6 years I can never reclaim. Whatever scientific marvel this represents, I'm a person, not an experiment. I'm going home." The council debated. Some species argued she represented too valuable a discovery. But the human delegation stood firm, and their allies remembered humanity's greatest strength, their fierce protection of individual rights, even against collective benefit. They let her go. Sarah returned to Earth, to a daughter who was nearly grown, to a world that had moved on without her. She'd aged 6 minutes while her life aged 6 years. The universe had shown humanity something incredible, terrifying, and utterly devastating. And somewhere in the depths of space, another rift opened, waiting for the next soul brave or foolish enough to enter its timeless embrace.